Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do it on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Yesterday, I told you guys I was not in love with the card. I only had one play officially, and we dropped our NBA play of the day, man. It was frustrating. It was frustrating. I'm not one to say these words I'm about to say next, but I'm going to say it today. I wholeheartedly believe the Lakers was the right play yesterday. I do. I feel like I drew it up exactly how it's supposed to go. The Lakers were going to come out in an emphasis spot in a low key early season must win game, win the game, and cover. Well, everything I said came to fruition except the cover. And they had the cover if it weren't for goddamn Dennis Schroeder. Oh my God, bro. Hey, that bank three is gonna be giving me nightmares for the next couple weeks. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. We're not gonna hit every single NBA play of the day, even though that's the goal. And I felt like we should have hit it last night, but it is what it is. Lakers did get the dub. They were hooping. Anthony Davis had a monster night. LeBron was LeBron. Hey, we'll bounce back on that play today. We will, man. We are 11, 3-1 last 15 on that NBA play of the day. We are 36, 19-3 last 58 on that NBA play of the day, man. And we're going to bounce back on it tonight. You guys can scoop that play up over at Pickdawgz Premium if you want it. But y'all know the drill, man. We got a 10-game card today, man. A really nice card on a Wednesday. So we're finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. Money Making Wednesday, really nice card. Let's smash it per usual. Let's cook it up, man. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls. I really, really do. Let's make some money tonight. And without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, man, let's do it. First game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment, out on the road facing the best team in basketball, in my opinion, the Boston Celtics. Short, sweet, simple here in this one. I do like Boston. I am laying the points here with Boston. Boston's coming back home, and I think this is just, frankly, a bounce-back spot at the crib. Boston has won all 17 games at the crib this season, and I expect them to win an 18th. And in a revenge spot, bounce-back spot at home, I expect them to do it fairly comfortably. We've seen Boston, if they lose to a team that first game, that second game, come out with fire in their eyes. And when Boston locks in and plays Boston-style basketball, again, I think they're the best team in basketball, and I think on most teams they can pick their number, especially, again, at-home revenge spot. Yeah, I got to fade Minnesota here, and I got to fade Minnesota on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. We're in Orlando yesterday. Yes, they did beat up on the Magic. Shout out to the Timberwolves for doing so, but terrible, terrible, terrible spot for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's their fifth road game, last 6 games on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Have to leave Florida, Orlando, catch a flight to Boston to go play the best team in basketball that is in a revenge spot, in a bounce-back spot at the crib. Short, sweet, simple. Sign me up. I'm on the best team in the NBA. I think they blow the doors off for the Timberwolves tonight. It's just a bad, bad spot for Minnesota. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, man, we got the Sacramento Kings. I messed up the line here. Y'all get the point. It's Kings laying the points in this one, not Charlotte. In all honesty, though, maybe Charlotte should be laying the points here. I don't like the Kings. Short, sweet, simple. I don't like them. Yesterday, I wanted to take the Pistons, and I wanted to take a money line. You kind of heard it in my voice yesterday. I know a lot of you follow me on Twitter, and I tweeted out, damn, I should have bet Pistons money line when they were up like 21 early in the first half. And then, of course, in typical Pistons fashion, what happened? They lost the game by like 21. That is disgusting. That's disgusting. The Pistons, a thorn in my side. And the Kings, how do you even find yourself down 21 to the Pistons without their best player, Cade Cunningham? Now, on a back end of a back-to-back on the road, I'm not laying these points here with Sacramento. I'm just not. I'm sorry. We already seen Charlotte beat Sacramento. Recently, they beat them in Sacramento as 16.5-point dogs last week. So, back at home here, I definitely think they can compete. I don't trust the Kings, man. I don't, especially not on this back end of a back-to-back. They're coming off a pretty significant home trip, and half that game yesterday they played was really concerning. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some dead legs here late in this basketball game, and Hornets were able to keep this game semi-competitive and get us a cover here. Give me the Hornets plus the 8.5, not laying 8.5, but plus the 8.5 here in this one. In all honesty, maybe a sprinkle on Hornets money line. The Kings are that bad. Kings are that bad. ATS sometimes is what I'm saying. They're a good team. I like them. They're going to be right there in the thick of things, but ATS wise, you can fade them and make a good amount of coin. And I think Charlotte might be able to get them again for the second time in the last 2 meetings. We'll see. Next game up, man, we got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road, laying points on the Detroit Pistons. Yes, the Pistons are on the back end of a back-to-back. Yes, their best player, Kay Cunningham, is hurt. Yes, they're the worst team in the NBA. All that said, nothing tells me to lay points with the San Antonio Spurs. No, sir. Can't do it. Won't do it. Small lean on the Detroit Pistons. Home dog against the other worst team in the league. I got to have the points in my back pocket here. I can't lay points with the Spurs, buddy. I can't. I don't advise you to do it. Even if they come out here and win the game and cover, I think it's a terrible place to be trying to lay points with the Spurs. That's just my opinion. That's, you know what I mean? If you don't think so and you like them tonight, take them. I will not lay points with the Spurs. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA, and to have them favored on the road, to me, is laughable. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game. The Pistons are terrible. We talked about them a second ago. They were up 21 on the Kings yesterday and lost by 21, so they're laughable as well. But, again, not laying points with the Spurs. It's basically what it comes down to. Small lean on the Detroit Pistons in that one. Next game up, man, we got the Washington Wizards out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, 7.5-point home dogs in this one. Pacers have been rolling, man. Y'all know he's one of our teams. But y'all also know what we know about the Indiana Pacers. We fell in love with this team mainly because of their point guard. And we even call them the Halliburtons. And he is not active in this game. And what have I told you guys countless amount of times this season? Minus, or really the last 2 seasons. I think Halliburton should be in legitimate talks for MVP. Hear me out. Reason I say that is because take him off this Pacers team, bro, and I think they might be one of the worst in the NBA. I like the Pacers. We bet the Pacers a ton. But what we know about them is Tyrese Halliburton is the motor, the engine, the tires, the transmission, the windshield wipers. He does it all for the Indiana Pacers. He scores it. He sets everybody up. He is the entire team. I know that sounds insane, but I think no other team in the NBA is more one-player centric than the Indiana Pacers, man, and it's Tyrese Halliburton. So for that reason, I think he is the most valuable player damn near to his team than almost any other player in the NBA. That's my argument for him to be MVP. Here in this one, I can't lay 7.5 with the Pacers without him. I can't. I'm taking the Wizards plus the 7.5. I want Indiana to come out here and show me that they're not the Halliburtons. That's the goal tonight. I'm going to watch this game, and I want to see Indiana hoop without Halliburton. If they come out here and hoop without him, I'll shut up. But in all honesty, I don't think so, man. And y'all are going to see just how good and how important Tyrese is to this team. Without him, they might be one of the worst in the East, in my opinion. With them, they're right there in the thick of things every single night. Yes, offensively, TJ McConnell will still be able to push the pace and keep this team. You know, they should win this game. Pacers should win this game. But without Halliburton, I'm not rushing to lay 8.5. In all honesty, I like the points on my back pocket with the Wizards, who have been a pretty decent road ATS team this season. So I'm going to take a shot here. Can't take the Pacers without Halliburton. I want to see how they look without him. I'm going to take the Wizards here plus the points in this one. Next game up, we got the Sixers out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks, home favorites in this one. Short, sweet, simple. We're going to continue to fade Atlanta. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You guys, you know, I come here and tell you guys every single time, just fade Atlanta, fade Atlanta, fade Atlanta, fade Atlanta, and we're not stopping now. Them favored over Philly, to me, is laughable. Even without Joel Embiid, it's laughable. It's laughable. We've already seen Philly beat them up twice this year. I think they beat them up for the 3rd straight time. here's the thing. The books have continuously priced Atlanta like they're a good team, and they're not. The books have gotten their head beat over all year on the Atlanta Hawks continuously to price them like they're a good team. This is a team on the cusp of breaking it up. We're already seeing the DeJounte Murray trade rumors. I'm even seeing some Trae Young trade rumors. That's how you know we're really probably going to see something happen here in Atlanta. They shouldn't be favored over the Sixers, bro. Can't do it. Won't do it. This is the worst ATS team in the NBA versus one of the best. I know that the Sixers are missing Joel Embiid, but I think Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, and company will be just fine to get this dub. The Atlanta Hawks injury report is a mile long as well. Clint Capella game time decision. I think that's huge in this as well. Sixers are nothing for me here. Sixers should win this game. Sixers are the better team. Even without Joel Embiid, Atlanta's the gift that keeps on giving. We look to continue to fade them boys. Next game up, man, we got our favorite money-making team back in the driver's seat. Yesterday I told you guys they were no longer the best ATS team in the NBA. They are back there with the ATS loss for Orlando yesterday. But we got the Thunder Buddies, man, the best ATS team in basketball, laying 4.5 on Miami. I am laying that 4.5 here with the Thunder Buddies. We got off the Thunder Buddies for a little bit, you know. They had a significant homestand, and then they went out on the road, and it just wasn't the sexiest spots to be trying to take them. The books have kind of caught on. We have been beating them over the head for so long on the Thunder. They had to get some buyback. You feel me? They now haven't covered in 3 straight games. All 3 were on the road. Tonight they're going to beat up on Miami. No Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry game time decision. I know I saw Caleb Martin game time decision. Miami has been hooping. We got to give them some credit. Even without Jimmy, I like how I've seen them keep themselves afloat. They haven't nearly been as bad ATS as they were last year. They were an automatic fade last year. But I still don't trust the Heat at home. You guys know that was my favorite money-making spot last year, fading Miami in Miami. And we're going to roll that into this spot tonight. We're going to fade Miami in Miami with our favorite money-making team in a bounce-back ATS spot off 3 straight-up ATS losses. They're still the best road ATS team in the NBA. They were printing money earlier this season. I see them getting back on track in this spot tonight. They should win this game fairly comfortably, the Thunder Buddies. I do believe they are the better team. Give me the Thunder on the road tonight. I'm not worried about them. I'm going to lay the points in that one. Next game up, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing your Chicago Bulls. Bulls laying 4.5 at the crib. This is another game where I'm going to zigzag. I have not bet the Rockets on the road often at all this season, but main reason because they've been a money-making machine at home and they've been a straight fade on the road. But tonight, I think it's time to hop on them on the road. I think defensively they lock in here on Chicago and they push them to the very end and might win this game outright is my thoughts here on this Houston Rockets team on the road. I'm going to take Houston here. I just see this game coming down to the wire. I just think this is a 50-50 game in all honesty, and y'all know how I feel about 50-50 games. I think this game could go either way, and when I say that, I'd rather A, have the points in my back pocket, or B, attack the plus money. So the Rockets are not going to lose every single game on the road, just like they're not going to win every single game at home. But typically that's where they play their best basketball. But there are going to be spots where they do it and the spots where they typically don't. And I kind of feel like tonight might be one of those spots for Houston. Chicago, we've been on them recently, but they beat up on Charlotte in back-to-back games. We were on them in both those games. Wasn't really surprised to see them do that. But tonight, this is not Charlotte. This is Houston, who plays really good defense. And if they're going to be taken seriously this year in the West, they have to start playing better on the road. We know at home, hey, them boys lock in. On the road is where they got to get better. And I kind of see tonight as one of those emphasis spots. So I am going to take the Houston Rockets plus the points here in that one. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the New Orleans Pelicans out on the road facing the Golden State Warriors. Pelicans are playing the much better basketball right now. They're really rolling, in all honesty. And I have not liked what I've seen from Golden State, bro. They are just, I don't know, man. Let's see. Is Draymond playing tonight? Green, coach said he was a full participant at practice and will partake in each practice this week. So I don't know if Draymond's back or not. I don't love this game anyway. This is what I'll say. If Draymond plays tonight, I'm betting the Warriors. If he doesn't play tonight, I'm leaving the game alone. The Warriors are comfortable at the crib. They have to stack some wins if they're going to get back into the thick of things. I don't want to fade them at home in Golden State in must-win spots. So I lean towards Golden State tonight. I'm for sure betting it if Draymond walks on that court, though. If he doesn't, I'm probably just going to leave the game alone. New Orleans has been hooping. I don't really like betting New Orleans on the road most nights, though. The line is priced really competitively. The books know what they're doing here. But again, probably going to leave this game alone. But if Draymond Green walks out on that floor tonight, I'm on Golden State. And the lean period in this game is Golden State. Let's keep it rolling. 2 games left. We got the Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the Utah Jazz. Nuggets, 6.5-point road dogs in this one. Yeah, can't do it, won't do it. I'm on Utah at the crib. Utah has been printing money for us at home this season. They're currently the best home ATS team in the NBA, 12-4 against the number. They've covered in 75% of their games. And Denver, we know what's up with them. They typically play their best basketball at home in Denver, in the elevation, on the road. The last 3 seasons, they've been a 50-50 road team. They've lost the same amount of games on the road as they've won. And the way Utah's playing at home right now, I'm not fading them. And I'm getting 6.5 in my back pocket. Sign me up. Is Denver the better team? Of course. Is there a pathway where Denver comes in here and blows the doors off of Utah? Of course. But again, Utah has covered in 75% of their home games this season. They're giving us 7 points in our back pocket. And we know the Nuggets are susceptible to losing on the road. We got to be on the Jazz here. Jazz have been a money-making team thus far this season, 21-16-1 against the number. I think they cash again tonight. They might even get Denver outright. They might. I don't know if I'm personally ready to bet money line against the Nuggets tonight, but I'm for sure probably betting the 6.5. And last game of the night, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers laying double digits in this one. Toronto is on the back end of a back-to-back. No travel. Played the Lake Show last night. Did end up losing. They did cover, though. That was frustrating. I had the Lakers as my top play yesterday. That Dennis Schroeder 3, I talked about it in the intro, but that Dennis Schroeder 3, man, it was a dagger in my heart. Toronto playing well. Everybody knows I love fading the Clippers, but tonight I'm actually going to take them for the 2nd straight game. Can y'all believe that? So stop telling me stop fading the Clippers. I'm going to get back to fading them here soon, but I like the spot for them tonight. I think it's a bad spot for Toronto. They've been on an extended road trip on the back end of a back-to-back. They had to play tough down the stretch last night. Clippers are playing well. They got a home winning streak going. They should blow the doors off Toronto. I like what I'm seeing from Toronto, though. And Toronto, when they get back home, are probably going to be riding them boys for real. But in this exact spot tonight, I think it's a terrible spot for Toronto. And what have we seen from the Clippers? When they get the chance to beat up on somebody and do it big, they act like they did something and actually do it big. So, small lean on the Los Angeles Clippers in our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long, man. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including my NBA play of the day, man. 11-3-1 last 15. 36-19-3 last 59, man. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. We did drop it last night, but we'll be back on track on that play tonight. Scoop it up, or you can hop on something even longer term at Pickdawgz Premium, or if you're a bigger bettor out there, you can join my All Access Club, man. The information for that is in the description below, man. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. Let's make some money tonight on a money-making Wednesday. See you guys tomorrow. I'm out of here.